Kennewick Police say a shooting that happened last night during rush hour traffic was all over an attempted robbery. It left one teen in the hospital and two others under arrest. 18-year-old Noah Sanchez and 19-year-old Shaden Sullivan, both of Franklin County, were arrested on suspicion of multiple charges, including drive-by shooting and assault. According to KPD, Sanchez and Sullivan were attempting to buy a gun from three teens in a parking lot near the Columbia Center Mall when the teens took the cash and then took off. Investigators say that's when Sanchez and Sullivan drove after them, opened fire on the vehicle, and one of the teens was shot. The teens drove to Fire Station 72 at the corner of Gage and Keene in Richland, with Sanchez and Sullivan following. Authorities say when fire personnel began coming out of the station, Sanchez and Sullivan drove away, only to be stopped by Richland Police in the 400 block of Keene Road. At this time, the teen who was shot remains in the hospital.
Yeah, we're currently in the process of executing search warrants for that investigation. We'll be able to release more information as our detectives proceed in the investigation.
After searching both vehicles, authorities say they found a stolen gun in the teen's car and another gun in the car driven by Sanchez and Sullivan. KPD says more charges for the people involved are coming.
All new tonight from the Yakima County Sheriff's Office, a volunteer youth pastor has been arrested for sex offenses. Detectives have arrested a 32-year-old man from the Sunnyside area for multiple offenses involving a minor teenage child. The man is a volunteer youth group leader in a Lower Valley church. The victim disclosed the sex offenses to adults, who then reported them to YCSO. Detectives arrested the man at his home, and during an interview, he admitted the teenager had been to his house many times, but denied all allegations of sexual contact. The suspect has been booked into the county jail. On the fire watch tonight, the Kennewick Fire Department had a very busy start this morning after a house caught on fire. Our crews were there. Fire crews were dispatched to the home in the 9400 block of West 9th Place after smoke was seen coming from the house. Fire crews used a chainsaw to cut a hole in the garage door. They were seen throwing charred household items onto the yard while spraying water onto the flames. Right now, officials have not released the cause of the fire. No reports of anyone hurt.
Another fire broke out later on in the morning, this one around 11 o'clock. It was at a two-story home in the 700 block of 6th Avenue in East Kennewick. Apple Valley News Now was the only local news station at the scene. Multiple fire trucks and Kennewick Police were there. KPD told us it was an electrical fire. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but the investigation into this continues.
All right, turning to First Alert weather now. The day started nice, but then became cloudier and cloudier.
Yeah, it did. What does Stacy call it? The roller coaster of spring?
The roller coaster of spring, that's right.
Buckle up, Buttercup, right, Stacy?
That's right. E-ticket ride, we'll say. Some of you might know what that means. All right, Bimart Sky Cam looking into the Yakima Valley. Look, I see some sunshine, but yes, the clouds are rolling in, and those winds have really started to pick up there. 19 miles an hour sustained, but the gusts even more. Let's take a look at those gusts. 33 miles an hour right now in Yakima, 29 in Ellensburg. The winds are only going to get stronger as the evening moves on, so batten down the hatches, be ready for that this evening. Satellite and radar showing those showers over the Cascade Mountains, with a couple slipping through into the Ellensburg area and the outskirts of Yakima. Let's take a sneak peek of our weekend forecast. This is what we're paying attention to. Saturday night, we could see those temperatures sliding down to the freezing level, so we could see some frost in the area. Be aware of that in Yakima, Ellensburg. Just slightly above the frost level in Tri-Cities, but still possible here as well. For all those sensitive new garden plantings, be safe out there. 34 for the low in Walla Walla. So get ready for mostly dry. Could see a little stray shower. Breezy and gusty winds. Will be dealing with that weekend frost alert. Be aware of that, and get ready for a nice warm up next week. We'll talk all about that coming up. Austin, Wendy.
All right, Stacy, thank you. See you in just a bit. The city of Yakima have unveiled graffiti-resistant and tamper-proof trash cans. This was during a ribbon-cutting ceremony held in downtown on Wednesday. The theme is Keep Yakima Beautiful. The project has been in the works for over 6 months. The city, along with the Yakima Arts Commission, they came up with this idea.
Essentially, these garbage cans, they're resistant to graffiti and they're resistant to damage. We asked them to use agriculture or nature or things that really reflected where we live. And so we got some great submissions. We brought in some excitement to participating with community artists.
Right now, there are only 2 cans, but more will be coming. The Arts Commission says they are accepting submissions until April 15th. For other designs, a $250 stipend will be offered if your artwork is picked. Apple Valley News Now, live at 6, is just getting started. Coming up, our Dan Hansen will have tonight's Kraken player profile.
Plus, we have some updates on construction sites in the Tri-Cities. We'll share with you which businesses are one step closer to opening.
And as we leave you to break, let's go outside. A live picture from our Skycam network. This is in Richland. Looks like those clouds have dissipated a little bit. Stacy will come on back and have a full look at your first alert weather forecast. And look, there's the ship. It's back. Haven't seen this one in a while. Stay with us.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. That's not a coincidence. It's a commitment. A commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Now get employee pricing available across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing, you pay what we pay. Only from your local Ford dealer.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino in Yakima. Experience the thrill of our Vegas-style casino, featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and earn exciting rewards. Enjoy games like Blackjack, Pai Gow, and High Card Flush. While you're here, don't forget to unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy a meal from our restaurant. Come discover Yakima's ultimate entertainment destination, Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
I was suicidal all the time, thinking about it nonstop, every day, every moment.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. At NeuroStim TMS, we treat the root of the problem with a series of short daily treatments. Using a non-invasive magnetic field, TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
The treatment just completely, fundamentally changed my life.
Visit neurostimtms.com today or call to schedule your free consultation at any of our 12 Washington state locations.
Hi, I'm renovation expert Scott McGilvery. I know bath remodeling and I've seen all the gimmicks. Buy now, half off, free installation. This is why I work with Bath Fitter. With 40 years of experience and 2 million installs, I trust their integrity. Bath Fitter gives you a fair price and sticks to it with a lifetime warranty. You don't need gimmicks, just a partner you can trust. Bath Fitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
At US Cellular, we're celebrating our customers, like JP here. It's a special event. Us Days.
Yeah, we get special rewards and exclusive deals, and it's only for US Cellular customers. It's like we got our own special club.
Should we show them?
Us Days at US Cellular. Right now, our customers can get $1,200 off any phone plus $500 off any tablet.
The Working Families Tax Credit isn't just for families. Individuals and couples can apply too. See if you or your family are eligible for this tax refund at workingfamiliescredit.wad.gov/eligibility.
Springtime in the awesome Palouse. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6.
The news at 6 continues in Northern Oregon. Pendleton Fire and EMS are looking to hire new crew members. They are aiming to hire 5 new employees. The positions are firefighter, paramedic, which is a dual role within the department. Some of the requirements are you must be 21 or older, have a high school diploma or GED, or this.
Have an associate's degree, preferably in fire science or emergency medical services, and currently or by time of appointment will have a Oregon paramedic license or be eligible for reciprocity for an Oregon paramedic license.
All right, to apply, just find the application on the City of Pendleton's website. Deadline is April the 30th.
Tonight, an update on a couple of highly anticipated construction sites in the Tri-Cities. The first Chick-fil-A in our region is making a tight deadline. The construction owner of Almond Asphalt says they are set to finish the restaurant pavement by the end of today. After that is landscaping and striping. He also says the inside work is almost finished. The owner says teamwork has been key to get this work done.
Just the other subs that we have here, the communication, the level of communication is important, and it's very good here. ESI runs a tight ship, and they've got great subcontractors, and we all work together. We're a team.
He says he's looking forward to trying Chick-fil-A for the very first time once the doors open. Now, also in the Richland area, the Tri-City's second Costco location is seeing some progress. The city of Richland says it'll be roughly 180,000 square feet. They say right now crews are leveling the area and prepping it for its infrastructure needs. Now, some of the walls are starting to go up. The city says they're excited about the job opportunities the store will bring.
A lot of additional amenities and connectedness, and I think will lead to the remaining properties up in the Queensgate City View area continuing to build out. They're a large attractor for major retail, and so I think that we'll only see continued growth based on their location and success.
The city says they expect to have the Costco ready by August.
The Kraken Player Profile, sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health.
Tonight, our player of the week is Chandler Stevenson, one of the Kraken's newest players.
Not only is he a great member of the team, he's a great mentor. Here's our Dan Hansen.
In Sunday's game, the Battle of the Deep, the Seattle Kraken gained the advantage with the first 2 goals. But the saying is, good things come in threes. One of the newest members of the Kraken team, Chandler Stevenson, picks up the puck from goalie DeCord and gets past defenseman Mario Ferrero and his broken stick to take it to the net.
He scores! Hey, what do you say? Chandler Stevenson!
Well, here's what Stevenson's teammate Shane Wright had to say about him before the game.
Yeah, he's helped me a lot. Obviously, he's a experienced guy. He's won a Stanley Cup as well, won 2 Stanley Cups. So he's a guy with a lot of experience. A guy I can really learn a lot from, and it's been great having him around the room. Great talking to him, and learning from him and what he does on a day-to-day basis. And he's a great guy to have around.
Stevenson made it 3-1 at 7:39 in the second period from the top of the right circle past the Sharks goalie on this 2-on-1 rush. The Kraken went on to beat the Sharks 5-1. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Dan, thank you for that. The Kraken are in Las Vegas to face off against the Vegas Golden Knights. Pregame starts right after this newscast at 6:30 p.m. with the puck drop at 7. Heads up, because of the Kraken game tonight, ABC's 911 and Dr. Odyssey, usually seen each Thursday night, will be seen, listen to this coming Sunday afternoon between 3 and 5.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And we are on a spring weather roller coaster, but we have a beautiful sunset outside. Yakima Federal Sky Cam, Badger Mountain looking good. Probably a good day for a hike up there. 67 degrees, sustained winds at 9 miles per hour. We're going to see those start to pick up a little bit later in the evening. Temperature is nice and mild around the area. We're in the 60s, most of us. I see a few 50-degree temps, but overall 60-degree temps. Didn't quite make it to 70 for a lot of our areas where we thought that would happen. Futurecast wind wind gusts. Let's talk about that. We're going to continue to see these winds be very blustery, especially in our mountain passes and the Columbia River Gorge, and those winds are going to continue. They're really going to be blustery on Saturday, but here's what we're looking at this evening. Winds will start to decrease as we get to the early morning hours, and then things will be fairly calm as you start your day tomorrow. 7 to 8 mile-an-hour winds in the Columbia Basin and Yakima. Ellensburg remains windy, and we'll continue to see those gusty winds in that area for the next couple of days. Tracking some rain right now over the Cascade Mountains, pretty much where we expected that to land today. Some of those showers are making it just over in the Cle Elum area, and maybe a stray shower possible in Ellensburg. Here's what Futurecast is telling us. It's telling us a few stray showers possible. Look, you see a little blip. I think that's a little ambitious. You might feel a sprinkle, but overall not too bad. Now we could see some showers here along the foothills of the Blues. Most of the rain will be headed north towards the Spokane area. As we get into our Friday, things are looking good, calming down. You'll have winds coming in from the west, and we'll continue to see some breezy conditions throughout your day tomorrow. Temperatures are mild tonight, well above our freezing level. 48 is the warm spot tonight, Walla Walla. 45 for the Tri-Cities, Hermiston, and Pendleton. A little bit cooler in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley as temperatures will continue to drop into the weekend. If you're heading over to Seattle this weekend, look for some showers. Bring an umbrella there. Overnight lows in the 40s. In the Portland area, it's looking a little bit less chances of showers and a little bit warmer. Temperatures up in the 60s on Sunday. And Spokane also could see some showers, about a 30% chance on Saturday, 50s and 60s there as well. Tri-Cities, we've got the cool down coming, and this is when we're keeping an eye for sensitive vegetation Saturday night into Sunday. Tri-Cities sitting just above or right around that freezing level. Taking a look at the rest of the days, though, next week is looking great. Yakima will get down to that freezing level, so there could be some widespread frost. So if you just planted your gardens, you'll want to just pay attention to Saturday night into early Sunday morning. Ellensburg also going to be chilly that same time frame with that cold front, plus dealing with some breezy and gusty winds for several days in a row. Walla Walla also cooling down with some breezy winds and staying just above the freezing level. In Hermiston, things are looking good. I just keep looking towards next week when we see those lower to mid 70s, because a lot of people love that temperature range, me being one of them. So, guys, ready for a long stretch of 70s?
Yes.
Okay, me too.
100%.
We're all in agreement. Agreement there. All right, we will be right back with a story you have yet to see tonight.
Join over 50 Walla Walla wineries this June to celebrate Walla Walla Valley Wine, the Valley's signature 3-day wine fest, happening June 19th through the 21st. Tickets are on sale now at wallawallawine.com.
Hi, I'm Rowdy with Total Energy Management. For 40 years, we've been keeping the Tri-Cities comfortable with top-notch heating and air conditioning services. We take pride in delivering exceptional service and unbeatable deals. Right now, you can save big with up to $4,900 in rebates and tax credits on a new Carrier heating and cooling system. So turn to the experts at Total Energy Management to ensure your house has the perfect temperature year-round. Visit TEMINC.com or call 946-4500 to learn more.
McCurley Dealerships is celebrating 44 years with big giving and even bigger savings. Fill out an entry form at any McCurley dealership for a chance to win one of 2 $4,400 cash prizes. Plus, each winner gets an additional $4,400 to donate to one of 44 local nonprofit partners. No purchase necessary. And get a great deal on a new 2025 Subaru Forester for only $244 a month. McCurley Subaru, celebrating 44 years of savings, giving back, and helping you find your way home.
Do it all with Steel Battery. Power up with free extra battery deals on select Steel tools. Shop in-store and online.
Spring is in the air, so let's fill it with music. At Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos, our New Beginnings Spring Used Piano Sale is in full swing. From charming uprights to grand statement pieces, we've got gently loved pianos at prices that'll put a spring in your step. Each piano is expertly tuned, ready to play, and waiting for you. Spring into new beginnings today. at Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos in Richland, because life's more fun when you know how to play.
Whether you're injured on the road or on the job, the big dogs at Brumback and Autumn will get you the full compensation. Leave nothing on the table. Brumback and Autumn. Bulldog tough.
If you have to ask why it's important to start your day early, here's your answer.
Because early is easy with a medium iced coffee, caramel or classic, for just $2.29.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Join over 50 Walla Walla wineries this June to celebrate Walla Walla Valley Wine, the Valley's signature 3-day wine fest, happening June 19th through the 21st. Tickets are on sale now at wallawallawine.com.
Hey, new tonight, the Benton Franklin Recovery Coalition is celebrating a very big donation. It is $250,000 from the Columbia Center Rotary Charity.
And this money will help build the Recovery Center's Family Reconnection Room. This will serve as a comfortable place for families to visit their relatives in treatment rather than a clinical room. The Recovery Center is a facility for people who are seeking treatment for drug addiction and who have mental health issues. The president of the coalition says donations like this help ensure they have the resources they need.
Private donations build things like a wellness room, which is a gymnasium, and a fitness center, and this family reconnection room, a computer learning center to help ready people for a job in the outside world, and all the things that will add to their success rate.
The Recovery Center is set to open early next year and will be able to serve 68 people. We'll have a final look at weather when we come back.
The Seattle Kraken meet Las Vegas live in the desert tonight on Apple Valley News Now.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. That's not a coincidence. It's a commitment. A commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Now get employee pricing available across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing, you pay what we pay. Only from your local Ford dealer.
An accident can shatter your life. The award-winning team at Tamaki Law can put your life back together.
I'm attorney Jeff Kreutz.
And I'm attorney Megan Changaroya.
Thank you, Tri-Cities, for voting us Best Personal Injury and Best Overall Law Firm.
We are so honored and grateful to serve this amazing community.
If you've been seriously injured, call the law firm that has served Central Washington for 30 years. Call Tamaki Law and get your life back.
This year, Walker's Furniture is turning spring cleaning into spring savings with an indoor garage sale where you can save store-wide up to 70% off clearance items, and new markdowns are arriving daily as we clean out the warehouses with big savings on closeouts, ding and dents, and floor model furniture at garage sale prices. Plus, special financing is available, so you can save big now and pay over time. But you better hurry. These deals will go fast. This week at Walker's.
We think three-pointers should be called triple play.
And we brought in a basketball expert to support us.
Just former college and pro star Rob Sacre. So, Rob, what do we call, one of these?
Triple play. You know, shooting triple plays wasn't exactly my specialty.
Well, outside shooters are well outside our budget.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Rob, how did you score?
McCurley Dealerships is celebrating 44 years with big giving and even bigger savings. Fill out an entry form at any McCurley dealership for a chance to win one of two $4,400 cash prizes. Plus, each winner gets an additional $4,400 to donate to one of 44 local nonprofit partners. No purchase necessary. And during this special month, lease a new Honda Civic for only $344 a month or save with 0% financing. McCurley Honda, celebrating 44 years of savings, giving back, and helping you find your way home.
Looking for the perfect spot to relax? Welcome to Hoops, your new favorite restaurant and bar, where the vibe is clean, the food is delicious, and the staff always friendly. Whether you're in for a night of trivia, a round of pool, darts, dancing, pull tabs, or karaoke, Hoops has it all. Great food, great people, Hoops. where every night is a great experience. Hoops Bar. Stop by today for your next great night out.
We have a lot of news to get to this morning.
To make great newscasts, you need great resources and an experienced team. Jade Elliott grew up in Richland, graduated from Washington State University, and anchored and reported in Spokane, Salt Lake City, and Seattle. Now she's returned to the Mid-Columbia, bringing the news home to you each day on Good Morning Northwest.
Join us every morning.
Jade Elliott, Jessica DeLaw, Josh Colbert. Good Morning Northwest from Apple Valley News Now. On your side.
Always on your side.
And welcome back. We look forward to viewer photos of the day and keep them coming. I love to see your viewer photos. Take a look at your screen right now. This one comes from Alan Rither. He likes to walk early, and you know what? The early bird gets the worm, or the great photo in this case. So thanks for sharing, Alan. Once again, to get your photo on TV, use that QR code on the right side of your screen, or you can just go to applevalleynewsnow.com, click on that weather tab, and you'll see upload a photo here. Let's take a look at your day tomorrow. Again, breezy to gusty winds picking up later in the day, and especially windy on Saturday, but temperatures are very mild tomorrow. Other than a few clouds, we'll have some sun breaks as well, so it should be a great day for hiking. We took the dogs for a walk around the middle of the day today. It wasn't too bad out there at all. All right, next 7 days, things are going to transition. The temperature roller coaster continues, but I'm looking forward to those 70-degree temperatures next week. Also, keep a close eye on those overnight lows Saturday into Sunday, especially in the Yakima-Kittitas Valley. If you just planted that garden, you want to protect those sensitive plants this weekend. So overall, not a bad forecast, guys.
Looks pretty good. Thank you, Stacy, and thank you for joining us.
Yeah, we're signing off early because it's time to release the Kraken.
The average family throws out $3,000 of food every year. That's a lot. Imagine what you could do with extra cash. There are simple ways to reduce your food waste and increase your savings. It starts with a plan and ends with a little creativity, like turning your unused food into something new. Get tips to reduce food waste and make your dollar go further. Know the cost. Use food well. Visit the website to learn how.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. That's not a coincidence. It's a commitment. A commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Now get employee pricing available across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing. You pay what we pay. Only from your local Ford dealer.
Kraken pregame is presented by Kitsap Credit Union. Together it's possible. And tonight, the final road game of season number 4 on the Las Vegas Strip. A beautiful night as the Seattle Kraken take on the Vegas Golden Knights. And welcome upstairs, everybody, alongside Eddie Olczyk and with JT Brown. I'm John Forsland. Thanks for joining us. Edzo, we'll start with you. Tough sledding in Utah on Tuesday night. What do you expect tonight?
Well, look, we've been on both sides of it as players, right? When things go well, you come back to the next game, you kind of have to have a reset. Like, you have a blowout type of a win. Well, the skate was on the other foot for the Kraken the other night, and they got to come out and be ready to go because they're playing against a team that is looking for home ice in the playoffs. They're looking to turn the last couple of games around in their favor, and they have the ability to put the puck in the back of the net. So I think it's about giving Joey DeCourt some help on the back end and working yourself out from there. But you got to respond. You only got 2 games left.
Right.
So whether you're playing for contract, playing for
Okay.
Hey, we're on a little bit early. Glad you are watching. Linda Cohn, Ian Furness, Allison Lucan. Guys will be right back, ready to drop the puck on this game against the Vegas Golden Knights, and we'll pick up what they were saying. It's time to bounce back, Allison, after the 7-1 thrashing in Utah.
Well, the team just wasn't pleased with that effort. We heard Vince Dunn say after the game that there's no excuses for what happened. They weren't supporting each other. They weren't supporting the play. They were giving too much space to Utah to utilize their speed and create chances. And Dan Bylsma said that was, an unacceptable effort in terms of the discipline and penalties. And again, letting Utah turn their speed into their weapon against the Kraken. So tonight it's about rebounding, like Eddie was talking about, and reconnecting with the style of play that the Kraken want to be all about.
Well, one of the big issues, obviously, tonight was discipline and just taking too many penalties. Good power play unit. Obviously, you'll see some skill tonight as well. So let's get to your local Ford dealer key to the game.
Well, the key tonight is obviously dial up the discipline. Just too many penalties last game. The first half of the first period was fairly clean, but then it was just a parade to the box for Seattle. Riker Evans taking the first penalty, and then Jamie Oleksiak taking another one, giving Utah a 5-on-3, and they would not waste any time in terms of scoring on that goal. 7 penalties taken by the Kraken in this one. 3 of 6 power plays converted by Utah. It was just creating an insurmountable obstacle in terms of getting back in this one when you're giving a good team too many chances. And we talked about that 5-on-3. There was a 4-on-3. There were all different cuts of that special teams play. This is a Kraken squad that for the majority of the season was in the top 5 in terms of not taking penalties. Since March 1st, they've been in the bottom 8. So reconnecting with using your feet to get where you need to go, not reaching with a stick, is going to be essential to getting back to that identity of not giving one of the best power plays in the league much time at all.
Because of that power play, it's one of the great things about the Vegas Golden Knights, who are looking to lock up their 4th Pacific Division title in 7 years of existence, which is amazing. So it's time to know your foe.
Yeah, let's know the foe and know this, that they, as a team, right now have already clinched home ice advantage in the first round. They're trying to clinch that Pacific Division title as well. When they have had home ice advantage in the first round, they've been very good. 2 trips to the finals, 1 win, a trip to the conference finals as well. They're trying to do that tonight. They can get that home ice advantage with a win over Seattle, some help down in Southern California from the Anaheim Ducks tonight as well, but they'll do it shorthanded.
Yeah. There's a couple key pieces out of the lineup for Vegas, and it's just Jack Eichel, their leading goal and point earner this season.
All?
That's it. He is missing his 2nd straight game for an upper body injury, and then it's not just the Kraken who've been dealing with illness. Alex Pietrangelo will be missing his 2nd straight game to illness. Also, Victor Olofsson, another part of the back end, out for illness, and Alex Pietrangelo, perennially a top pair defender in this league. So there's going to be a little bit of filling in on the Vegas side that maybe the Kraken can capitalize on.
Well, they are going to get some help, though, coming back into the lineup tonight. So you miss those 2 guys, but this guy's okay, too.
Thomas Hertl, who came to the Golden Knights last season at the deadline, he has missed 7 games. He was out for the past few here, but he is back. And even with being out of the lineup for significant periods of time, he's still 2nd in goals on this team with 31, 3rd in points with 59. He strengthens their play down the middle, and you have to believe that coming back into the lineup after some extended time away, he is going to want to make an impact. We saw players do that last night for other teams, so the Kraken have to be ready for him.
Yeah, he was away 2 weeks. He had an upper body injury, but he's back and ready to go. He still leads the team in power play goals with 14, so look out. All right, coming up, Jared McCann. I mean, one of the bright spots, a 7-1 loss to Utah, scored the Kraken's only goal, and entering this game tonight is 1 point away from his 3rd straight 60-point season. The Kraken pregame show will continue on the Kraken Hockey Network. Vegas against Seattle coming up from T-Mobile Arena. Stay with us.
One, two, three.
Everybody needs a good coach. A good coach cares about you, helps you navigate rough waters.
You have to have one mind.
You have to do it together.
It's a commitment. It's discipline.
Making your dreams possible requires an investment.
It takes time and perseverance.
You gotta keep going, even when it hurts.
You have to do it together.
You can't do this alone. Together, it's possible.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining built Ford tough and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough.
Teammates are like oxygen.
Beautiful.
They can pump you up or calm you down. Teammates stand proud with you, so you can finally exhale. And the best teammates never let you forget to breathe.
For more than 60 years, Symetra Life Insurance Company has helped people breathe a little easier. With retirement, benefits, and life insurance products, Symetra is your teammate for whatever lies ahead.
With our busy schedules and so many distractions, it's easy to become disconnected. Let's change that. Be present. Live in the moment. Reconnect at Seattle's closest Snoqualmie Casino.
I love referring to these Toyotas as the Five Brothers.
You really won't find a more rugged, capable, and dependable family of vehicles anywhere.
Because Toyotas hold their value better than anything else.
Like the dynamic new best-selling Tacoma.
The exceptionally powerful Tundra.
The one that started it all, the iconic world-renowned Land Cruiser.
The full-size adventuring Sequoia.
And the electrifying all-new 4Runner.
Nobody builds better trucks than Toyota.
Let's go places.
Well, here they are. Alexander Ovechkin, the Washington Capitals, back on the ice tonight. First game since breaking Wayne Gretzky's all-time goal-scoring record in the National Hockey League last Sunday against the Islanders in New York. By the way, the Capitals trying to clinch the first overall seed in the Eastern Conference with a win tonight. Huge reaction. Ovi doesn't have a goal. He does have an assist. They lead by a score of 4-2 right now against the Carolina Hurricanes. Welcome back into Kraken pregame. And I know somebody was there to see that record-breaking goal by Alexander Ovechkin, a record that stood for 31 years. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
We were working together that night. It was you.
Yeah, great. You know, it's always a high being with you guys, but the high I experienced being on the glass, sitting right behind Ilya Sorokin, I felt I was in net again, and that is my video. And it'll seem like there was an earthquake at UBS Arena. Well, it felt like it after Alex Ovechkin did that. Unbelievable. Love the slide. I know my iPhone was shaking because I can't believe this happened. This is so great. And I was there. But, you know, it was just amazing. And kudos to the Islanders and that organization and the fans. But it was mostly Caps fans there. Kudos to Islander fans who sold their tickets for a lot of money, by the way. Very smart business. But you know what? I was talking to you guys earlier about this. You know, I've been a sports fan since I was a little girl. Usually individual records, league MVP awards, things like that don't do it for me. Something about this record that Alex Ovechkin got, it really resonated with me. And I think, you know, we were all alive when Wayne Gretzky broke the Gordie Howe's record, right? To be the great one and get the all-time goal-scoring record. We expected it. He was the great one. But nobody, I mean, even Alex Ovechkin didn't think this record was going to be broken. He said that publicly. He said that out loud back in 2016. Nobody's going to break this record. I'm not going to break this record. And what does he do? He breaks the record. And he's always team first, and he's always fun, and he's very genuine. And it was great to be there, and I'm still on a high. And kudos to him and the Capitals. And it's nice that they didn't, you know, have a letdown. They fell behind 2-0 in this game against Carolina. Looks like they're on their way to a victory. What a season. And what a season individually this year for Alex Ovechkin.
Yeah, you know, and it's kind of good for hockey, too, because baseball, like, if you want to make a comparison, probably the home run record, and that's been tainted over the years. Exactly. It doesn't mean the same. This one means something, and the fact that Gretzky embraced it was great as well. Alexander Ovechkin, by the way, named the Bill Masterton nominee for that great award for the Washington Capitals, and we found out as well that Jaden Schwartz, for the second time since coming to Seattle, is the Kraken nominee, Allison.
Yeah, it's just a great honor for a player. And what I love about this award that is specifically for perseverance, sportsmanship, and dedication to the game of hockey is that it gives us a window into the player, not just the X's and O's and the stat lines, but it tells us stories about what these individuals go through to keep playing. And when I think about Jaden Schwartz, I think about the guy that we saw, both with our eyes and with the numbers, really stepped up when Jordan Eberle went out with that that injury. Dan Bilesma agreed. He said, we don't see the work that he just goes about quietly, making sure he's prepared, making sure he's at his best, his team is at his best, and he's just been integral. I asked Coach Bilesma, I said, is it true? Do you agree that this is the player that stepped up? And he said, yes. He said it was a little bit easier to be without Jordan Eberle's voice because we had Jaden Schwartz's.
He called it critical. Like his leadership this year. I thought this was a pretty strong word this morning. He said it was critical for what Jaden Schwartz did. And you hear Edzo talking about all the time, too, the fact he pays the price, stands in front of the net more than anybody else out there. Took a shot the other day as well.
I can't believe it. This is the final road game of the year. There's only 3 games left, counting this game tonight in Vegas. And there you see the calendar. 2 home games left. That final game against the Kings, big. Why? Because it's a great giveaway at Climate Pledge Arena on April 15th, Allison.
Well, that last game, the Kraken are devoting to you, the fans of this great team and organization. It's Fan Appreciation Night. There's events going on all week long online, but every fan who comes in the building next Tuesday is going to get their own set of these 4 coasters, sponsored by Amazon. What I think is so cool is that every single coaster is different. So you're going to get a set of 4, but each is a different design. They're awesome. I've seen them in person. I can't wait for you all to get yours and have a little bit of the Kraken to keep with you, even when you're not in Climate Pledge until next fall.
The color goes with every coffee table. I bet you the players will get their own, for that as well. Shane Wright, I'm sure so. How about Shane Wright? What a season he has had. His personality, his perseverance, it has shined throughout this season. He has really grown. Piper Shaw will tell his story. That's next on the Kraken Hockey Network pregame.
If it's actions that speak louder than words, we'll let the versatile, adventure-ready BMW X3 show you what we mean. The BMW X3, the ultimate driving machine. Take advantage of exceptional offers on the BMW X3 today.
We all have different goals. A free, personalized plan for the future can give you timely insights. So no matter what's ahead, Fidelity can help you take on retirement.
The man who brought the rock and roll edge to the Eagles, Grammy winner and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame member Don Felder. April 17th at Emerald Queen Casino Event Center. At Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. It's Comedy Night at Emerald Queen Casino Event Center, Sunday, May 4th, with Michael Blaustein.
My gym costs $9 a month.
Michael Blaustein, May 4th at Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
With Chevy Blazer EV, you can wake up every day with a full charge. With Chevy Silverado EV, your boat doesn't have to get lighter. And with Chevy Equinox EV, starting around $34,995, you and your money can go further in America's most affordable EV, over 315 miles of range. Vehicles you know, value you'd expect, and a dealer right down the street. Go EV without changing a thing. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Domino's new Parmesan stuffed crust pizza tastes like never before. Because Domino's has never had stuffed crust before. Seriously. But we do now. So get any medium 2-topping Parmesan stuffed crust pizza for $10.99 when you mix and match.
1, 2, 3.
Everybody needs a good coach. A good coach cares about you, helps you navigate rough waters.
You have to have one mind.
You have to do it together.
It's a commitment. It's discipline.
Making your dreams possible requires an investment.
It takes time and perseverance.
You gotta keep going, even when it hurts.
You have to do it together.
You can't do this alone. Together, it's possible.
Kraken pregame is presented by Kitsap Credit Union, turning obstacles into opportunities for over 90 years. Together, it's possible. And Shane Wright's getting set to take on the Vegas Golden Knights for the final time this year. We expect him to be back on the third line between Jared McCann and Andre Burakovsky tonight in a combination that has definitely found some chemistry down the stretch. Well, in his first full year in the NHL, Shane Wright has established himself as a productive, polite, and passionate professional. It's almost hard to wrap my mind around the fact that he just turned 21 back in January because he handles himself like such a true pro. But when you examine his journey and his dedication to make his dreams come true, it's really no surprise that he is the highly competitive and well-spoken guy that he is. And as the Kraken look to the future, they look to the star potential that Shane has shown and how they can be guided by Wright's shining light.
Shane Wright has burned bright for as long as his mother, Tanya, can remember.
He was like a very sweet, loving kid, loved to give hugs, very competitive, didn't stop moving. You know, we always used to say we'd run him like a horse, nap him, run him like a horse, and put him to bed because he had a lot of energy to burn.
I remember not really being able to sit still very much and wanted to just kind of do and kind of do different things.
And the thing Shane always wanted to be doing, more than anything, was playing hockey.
I think he was really obsessed. I mean, we had an outdoor rink for a couple of seasons, and he just was like, I can't believe I can just skate anytime in my backyard.
As a starry-eyed kid, he always looked up to Sidney Crosby, wishing that he could be like him someday and play in the National Hockey League.
The kid that bawled his eyes out in the Olympics when the Americans tied it and it had to go to overtime, and he's bawling and we're like, there's still overtime, there's a chance. And then Sidney does what he does.
And from a young age, Wright showed flashes of star potential.
Oh, I don't know if you ever really think they're going to be pro, but you do try to give them every opportunity, and whether it's like the team you associate them with, the extra skates.
Media, scouts, and college recruiters beamed upon him, and as a teenager playing junior hockey, Wright was granted exceptional status by the CHL, becoming one of only 6 ever bestowed the label.
Are you reading the stuff like idiots like me, right?
Is Shane Wright really not going to find out during the game who he went to? Do you not think somebody in the rink's going to hold up a sign or say, Montreal, Montreal?
The whispers and expectations of watchful eyes thrust Shane into the spotlight, where he continued to dazzle.
Let's go, Shane!
You can't beat 2 years ago, Halifax World Juniors, captain of the team, scores on his birthday, we win the gold medal at home. Honestly, nothing will ever top that experience.
Shane Wright on his 19th birthday makes it 2-0 Canada. The captain strikes.
Lean on the people that you trust the most, and people that are always there for you is really important, and kind of sticking to the process and making sure that you're doing it right. You're not kind of rushing things.
In his final season with the Kingston Frontenacs of the OHL, Wright cataloged 94 points in 63 regular season games.
But that's not a problem. Shane Wright will take over. Left circle, Wright tries to sneak one in, scores!
When Shane fell further than prophesized in the NHL draft, the Kraken proudly picked him 4th overall in 2022, feeling lucky that they'd caught a star that could light their path for years to come.
With the 4th selection, the Seattle Kraken are proud to select from the Kingston Frontenacs, Shane Wright.
I remember they told us that now that he's drafted, you'll see him in 2 hours. We're like, 2 hours? Just so exciting. I remember setting him off to the hotel where he got on the bus and he drove away, and he was going to get to fly the jet back to Seattle with all the other draftees. And it was a pretty incredible start.
Shane was tested in the season that followed, beginning the year splitting 16 games between the Kraken and their AHL affiliate, the Coachella Valley Firebirds. He battled injuries and was returned to the OHL after being traded to the Windsor Spitfires.
Hey Spits fans, Shane Wright here. Really happy, really excited to be here in Windsor. Let's go Spitfires.
In just 20 games with Windsor, he had 15 goals and 22 assists.
Here's Wright to the line and in! And the Spitfires get the lead back!
Even while his circumstances wavered, Shane's enthusiasm for the game and unyielding optimism lit the road ahead.
You just got to embrace, whatever situation you're in. You really just got to make the most out of it. Wherever your team or line or situation, role, whatever it is. I think that was kind of, the biggest message I learned.
During his first full year in Coachella Valley, he was able to settle into the wavelengths of the Kraken organization.
I had my own house, had a stable kind of living situation, and knew where I was playing, knew what I was doing, week to week and month to month. Yeah, and then with the same coaching staff, the same teammates, being around the same guys every single day. It was nice having a little bit more stability than obviously the year before that. So it was definitely an enjoyable year for sure.
Since debuting in the Big Show,
Shane Wright making his NHL debut tonight.
Emotions I'm feeling right now, just really excited for this. I mean, it is something I look forward to my whole life, and now that the day's finally here, it's pretty exciting, and really looking forward to going out.
Surreal moments continue to surface.
We have a couple videos of, you're taking a face-off against Sidney Crosby. That's just mind-blowing.
And right on time, in yet another flash of brilliance, Shane shot his first puck into an NHL net at home.
Shane Wright, his first goal in the National Hockey League
against the Montreal Canadiens.
So you weren't the least bit more motivated tonight as these guys?
Maybe a little bit, I think. I just kind of treat it as another hockey game. I wouldn't say it'd be sweeter scoring against any other team or Montreal or whatever it is. I think overall it just feels good to score.
Wright reflects on his journey with gratitude. Even with all of the gold that he's earned along the way, he feels the real treasure he's found is in the time and space he's created to bring his wish to life.
Just effort and kind of loving what you do. That's something my dad tells me a lot. You're doing something you love for a living, and just love every second of it. Really enjoy what you do. My mom says a lot how much she enjoys teaching and how she loves what she does. So I think that was a really big message from them.
He's learned in his first full year in the NHL that when you burn bright, you have to take care so you don't burn out.
You really have to take your mind off hockey sometimes. You're always around it 24/7, and it's what you love and it's what you focus on a lot, but it's really important to step away from that and really focus on something other than hockey for a little bit of time.
Shane's also leaned on his comrade and fellow young centerman Matty Beniers.
Off the ice, he's a really good guy. We got little games that we're playing Clash of Clans right now, so that's kind of dumb, but we have fun doing it, and some dinners, some off days going golfing, things like that.
As they continue their rise from the deep,
Wright goes for the net and makes no mistake.
The inescapable future of the Kraken comes to light, centered on the right course.
Number 51, Shane Wright!
Reminding us that destiny might be written in the stars.
With a shot, he scores! How about that? That's right!
But it's seized in the sea.
Well, I asked head coach Dan Bylsma this morning about Shane, and he said that Shane's had 2 years of testing different waters and managing different expectations, but that he came into training camp this year with a real demeanor and disposition that when he set foot on the ice, he was going to show exactly what kind of player he is and could be. He said we've continued to see that grow all season long as he's gotten more engaged with the team and with the NHL, and he's been taking on bigger minutes and bigger matchups, especially in the last 2/3 of this season here, and he said that we continue for that challenge for him to expand, and we hope that he will continue to rise to that challenge as well. For more on Shane's on-ice impact, I'll get you back to Seattle and to Linda Cohn.
Thank you, Piper. Great job with that. We learned so much about Shane Wright, guys. 18 goals, 24 assists, 42 points. But Allison, it's the little things that he also does that you need to point out.
Well, when you look at what Shane Wright can do, there's a lot of skill there, obviously, but it all starts with having the puck, and that is something that Shane is excelling at in his first full year in the league. Of the 428 forwards who have played in the NHL this season, he is 8th in terms of winning puck battles in the defensive zone. First, obviously, on the Kraken squad. Second on the Kraken when we're battling for those pucks in the neutral zone, only to Matty Beniers. 81st, a great number when you look at the size of that forward pool. And first again in the offensive zone, 65th among NHL forwards. So that is just incredible when you look at wanting to get the puck, which is what you need if you want to create scoring chances and score goals. Having Shane Wright on your squad bodes well for the future.
And for the team, you saw those numbers. Team numbers are really good.
Not so much the other night. They needed to clean that up tonight.
Well, puck management is something we've touched on a lot this year, and it again kind of hurt the Kraken when it came to generating any kind of offensive attack. When they got into the zone, they just weren't hard enough on the pucks to be able to maintain possession, giving it up and allowing Utah to use the counterattack with their speed to get in the offensive zone. And in their own zone, not able to get out. Here, the turnover happens below the goal line, and from there, Utah is able to set up in their formation, move the puck around. The Kraken defense is scrambling to get into position to understand their coverages. We know that's the hardest defense to play off a turnover, and ultimately Sergachev gets in the slot and he gets that first goal of the game. And it would happen again at the start of the second period. The Kraken fighting along the boards. Jamie Oleksiak is actually going to get this puck up to Jared McCann, but as McCann fights to get that puck on his stick, a little stick lift here jars it loose, and when that puck goes up to Logan Krause, he's got possession. He's just going to turn and fire for that first goal within the first 15 seconds. So tonight, the Kraken are going up against a Vegas team that is in the bottom 5 in terms of takeaways versus giveaways. So there might be some opportunity if they can do the better job of managing possession.
It's the last road game of the season, believe it or not, for the Seattle Kraken. And wouldn't it be nice to come away with a win in Vegas? Puck drop on this first period coming up with Johnny, Edzo, and JT and Piper in just a few moments. We'll see you between the first and second period.
We're here at US Cellular, Frost Days, where our customers get exclusive deals just for them. It's like we got our own special club. Should we show them?
Get $1,200 off any phone plus $500 off any tablet.
The highly anticipated Sage Spa at Legends Casino Hotel is now open and taking reservations, offering massage therapy, body treatments, manicures, pedicures, facials, saunas, and more. Plus, the only spa facility to offer wet and dry wellness pods in the entire Northwest. Call the Sage Spa at Legends now to make your reservation for the ultimate relaxation experience.
Board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. Sam Strebel provides the full spectrum of orthopedic care.
A lot of times when I talk to patients, they're in so much pain that they can't do their hobbies. We can use the machine to balance the knee before we make any bony resections, and then that will hopefully translate to a faster recovery and a better, more natural feeling knee.
To learn more about services including robotic joint replacement at Prosser Orthopedic Center, visit prosserhealth.org.
Yakima Federal Savings and Loan was founded in 1905 and has kept your money safe and sound for 120 years. Your deposits at YakFed help people buy homes and build strong communities. We believe in giving back, proudly supporting local events and organizations that make a difference where we all live and work. With 10 local branch locations, we're committed to our communities and keeping your money secure. Experience the difference. Call, click, or come by and make the switch today.
This year, Walker's Furniture is turning spring clean